Okay. All right. Okay. So let's start. See. Okay. Do you remember this one? Yeah. I asked you to paraphrase this reading as a homework about a Sumerian language. Okay. I hope you already finished this one. Okay. So let's just go through this reading first, and then to review what's this about. Okay. Can I have Ricky? Can you start reading from the beginning? Thank you. Yeah, from the first sentence.
Sumerian is a long,
Extinct
language, and is believed to be the earliest known written language, dating back to at least the fourth uh,
mm.
millennium BC.
Mm.
Sumerian is documented throughout the ancient Middle East, with his heartland in the southeast
Mesopotamia.
In what today is modern Iraq.
Very good, very good. Iraq. Okay, very good. Yeah. Just a few words. Like this one is written language. Okay, written language. Millennium. Okay, good. Okay, good. And then you already passed the mic to him. Okay, good. So not me. Okay, he asked you to continue reading.
Spoken
Sumerian.
Stopped being used in about 2000 BC. However, it continued to be used as the religions and
ceremonial
written language until the 1st century AD.
How do you say this word again?
Written.
Yes. Okay. Both of you, yeah, made the same mistake. Yeah. So written. Yeah. I know it's a little bit confusing because we usually say writing, but it's a written language. Okay. Good. So now I want you to share your homework. So the paraphrase of this reading. Can you just find someone around you next to you, and two people work together, and can you share your paraphrase? And of course, like you can learn from each other. If you see like, oh, maybe you wrote something a better way, so maybe I can change mine right away. It's okay. It's learning from each other. Or like you can tell your partner or help your partner to make corrections, or you think maybe a better way to write. Okay, so you can help each other. Okay, so if you didn't come here last time and you didn't do this one, it's okay. So maybe you can work with someone who finished this one, and then they can help you to finish one now. Okay, so now can you find someone next to you to work together? Which one is?
This is mine.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good paraphrase. First language, instead of saying earliest, now written language. And it was used across most of. Okay. paraphrase, that means that you have to change the word. So the same thing like the earliest. So for example, like she said, well, first, you say first, and maybe you can say like the oldest written language. It's recording places, ancient, Middle East, places. Maybe this one, and I understand what you mean, but in English you don't say like a whole place. It's like maybe you say like around somewhere or across somewhere. Yeah. And I like this different, like center of southern Mesopotamia instead of heartland. And ancient. Can you find another word like old and except old? Do you have another word? Historic. Historic. Another meaning is also means like old in the past. Oh, very good. Discontinued. Very good. Very good. Even as in the past, because you have to say like keep using the written, but written form was kept for us. For and religious is an adjective. Do you know the noun? Because you did a very good job, you changed ceremonial to ceremony, so the same thing, religious to religion. Yeah. So was kept for religion and ceremony till first century AD. Okay, so maybe a few words, maybe you can help blend together to find the words. Okay. Oh, you did. Oh, you wrote the one title. Did you finish this one? Okay, maybe you help Charles together to come up with one. Paraphrase, not summary. Paraphrase. Let's see. Okay. Can I ask everybody to share share your answers? Okay, just like you did last time. So you just need to share your paraphrase here, but in the subject line, and you have to enter your name, so I know who wrote this one. Okay, so now you can just scan this QR code and share your answers. Remember, this is paraphrase, so you have to try to change the words, but you don't change the meaning. You don't change the meaning. So, for example, like long extinct, maybe you can find another word to replace it. Or ancient Middle East, ancient. So, what is another word for ancient? Or like many of you use like you just use like a written, spoken language again. It's good, but you can also say, oh, that's the language for speaking, for writing. So you change the word form. Okay, so you can use different ways to paraphrase it. Okay, very good. So okay, Jolene's very good. So when you finish yours, you can see the answers from others. You can learn different ways. Like, for example, Jolene said, so across most of historical Middle East. So across most of somewhere. So that's another way to say instead of heartland of somewhere. And historical Middle East instead of like ancient Middle East. Jolene, so lasted as a spoken language, yeah, a very tiny thing, a spoken language. The written form was still used as Jolene, the last sentence you could say like was still used for religion and ceremony. Yeah, for religion and ceremony. Yeah, so that would be better. And Norse, okay. Sumerian is a language that is no longer exists. Okay, very good. That's another way to say it. Yeah, that exists means like it's not there, okay, or it's there, it's not there, okay. It appeared around 4000 BC as considered the first written language. Very good. Instead of saying like the earliest, you can say first. In the central region of central region of southern Mesopotamia. Yeah, very good. And ancient Middle East. Okay. And don't forget, Middle East is a place, so you need the capital M. Yeah. Fully recorded by since people stop speaking Sumerian. Okay, very good. That's another way to say like people stop people stopped speaking the language. Very good. So it was used as a written language for, and maybe you need to correct the word form. Religious, and this religious is an adjective. So it's two things like ceremonies and religions. So it's two things. So maybe you need to change like to religion instead of religions. Yeah. Let me just write it down. I found out like most of you are confused with this word. So religion as a noun and a religious. Yeah, it's an adjective. Yeah. So for example, like they use the written language for religious purpose or for religious event. That's fine. But then if you say for religion, then that's one thing. It's a noun. Okay. Good. Good. I see Rockies. Okay. Sumerian originated around 4000 BC. Is thought to be the first written language good of the world, and extended for a long time. It's used. So, Rocky, maybe you need to check the grammar again. So it's in the past, so was used. Yeah, so it's everything past like. And in particular, Mesopotamia, now Iraq. Okay, Sumeria as the function of speak. This sentence is not correct. Yeah, so as the function of speak didn't work. This one, the sentence you have to check again to rewrite this one. But the written form still to be used for religion ceremony in a further 2,000 years. Okay, that's great. And Leonas, okay, and Sumerian is a language which has a long history and is convinced to be the earliest. A very good way to rewrite. It's convinced. Yeah, convinced like a belief to be something. Yeah, that's a very good one. So you can learn this way to write next time. Convinced to be the earliest and now written language. That back at list the full maybe here is a typo, 4 millennium BC. And Sumerian is documented throughout the ancient Middle East. Yeah, so Leona, maybe here you need to find another word instead of documented or like ancient Middle East was used in the reading. And centro. It's more like a Spanish centro. In what now today is modern Iraq. Spoken Sumerian stopped being used. Very good grammar. Stopped being used. Correct. In nearly 2000 BC. However, it went on as a religious and ceremonial written language. Okay, very good. And until 3rd century. Very good. And Netherlands, okay, Sumerian is considered the earliest written language. The same thing, maybe you can figure out another word instead of earliest. Yeah, because earliest was the word used in the reading. And Sumerian is recorded throughout the memorial, maybe this word. Yeah, it's a bit weird, and in particular in southern Mesopotamia, now Iraq, Sumerian language ceased to be used, spoken around 20th centuries. BC. Oh, okay. And cease is more like we say ceasefire. It's more like a fight or a war between two countries. So we cease the fire, like we stop fighting. Yeah, but we seldom use like a cease to stop using a language. Yeah, so the meaning is similar, but they use in different ways. It went on as a religion ceremonial written language until the first. Okay, good, good. Okay, I can't go through all of your writing now, and some of you haven't finished yet. So you can you just please save the QR code? Okay, I'll give you this QR code. Can you just save this QR code and try to finish this one tonight, sometime tonight, and share it on the Padlet, and I can read your writing later. Okay. So I hope to read from Miko, Koi. Okay. So you can try to finish later tonight. Okay. Then I'll also show you. Okay, I'll show you my answer, okay? But I have to say, like, if you haven't finished yours, don't copy my answer, okay? So you can write your own. This is mine. So the Sumerian language, which originated around 4000 BC and was used across most of the Middle East. So you can see, like, we paraphrase certain words, like we don't say the heartland, we say like most of the Middle East. Or some of you use very good way to say like across that area, so it's good. Then let's see. The world's first written language, instead of saying the earliest language, and it stopped being spoken in 2000 BC. I have to point out the grammar here because the language cannot speak for itself. So correct grammar should be like it stopped being spoken because people speak this language. So you say it stopped being spoken. Yeah, so the grammar, you have to be very careful in this sentence. But the written form was used for a further 2,000 years. Okay, so this is not the only way to write. You have many different ways to write. As long as you keep the meaning, in your paraphrase, and that's correct. Okay, so can I just quickly review? This one is called the paraphrasing. Do you still remember we talked about summarizing before? Do you remember? So what is the difference between summarizing and the paraphrasing? If you don't remember, maybe you can quickly check your book. We did some practice before. What is the difference between summarizing, paraphrasing? The biggest difference between them? Okay,